Hey, Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for Elle Studio, and I'm designing with the March exclusive kit, and that is the layout that I created. If you look back in the history, there is another layout that I created using primarily the digital cut file as well as the kit. This is a grid-based layout. It's very similar to a format that you've seen me use previously. For a Halloween layout is the one that comes to mind most recently. So I have pulled the colors, the pink, the purple, and the yellow to work with, and I have that piece of noteworthy 12 by 12 pattern paper there that you see on the left hand side. And I'm kind of shuffling through the cards here. I want color. I like color because I tend to use white backgrounds, and so I've chosen those particular cards, and the white cards kind of get pushed off to the side and will be used for something else. Because I have the very linear grid on the right hand side, I am going to somewhat fussy cut, not fussy cut, but asymmetrically cut, rough cut, I guess would be the best word, that piece of noteworthy right there to just put on the left hand side to balance out the grid on the right hand side. And I'm going to end up tucking a few other things into that strip on the left hand side. So I've got two photos, and then the rest are 4x3 cards. They are also 4x3 photos. And I've just got my ruler here to kind of line things up. Because they are 4x3 and I want to have a small space between each of the cards, I do end up having to trim off the bottom cards, which is fine. You can't see, or you can't really tell unless you were to look really closely, that they are not exactly the same size. These photos are Easter photos, but they're really more things that are signs of spring. Hence, the title of this page is going to be Signs of Spring. Most of what I am using here is from the March kit and the add-ons. There are a few things that come from the Noteworthy collection. So that bunny there is just calling for some twine. I really also wanted to add a little bit more yellow to the page. The yellow was the least available color of the three colors that I'm using, and so that was a way that I was able to incorporate a little bit more yellow to that. So I'm going to stick all of that down, and then from there I will add the added embellishments that I'm going to use. Most of the embellishments that I use are the spring puffy stickers, and then the die cuts that are in the March kit. And I am also going to use some Jane Alpha stamps to complete the title there. When I have twine, I like to use liquid adhesive. I find that's the best way to get that stuck down. So I'm going to put the bunny's little bow tie on with the liquid adhesive, and then I'm going to just kind of play around and shuffle around the different embellishments that I have available to choose from. And again, when I scrapbook, I like to work with a color palette, and so I'm looking for the pink, the purple, and the yellows in this kit and the add-ons. As you can see, those are the die cuts, and you'll see in a minute with that yellow conversation heart. The die cuts are, I forget what the term is, they're pre-cut, so it's just little teeny tiny tabs that are holding them into that piece of paper. And I don't like the snots that get left on the shape. Those little, do you know what I'm talking about when I say the snots? The paper snots. So they're the little teeny tiny pieces of those tabs that are holding it in that still get stuck. I like to have a clean die cut, so in a minute you'll see me get out my scissors and just kind of trim those little bits off. My original plan was that I was going to use that gray tag there, and I was going to put signs of to complete the title in there, but even the smaller, the Jane Alpha, didn't fit, so I just went with stamping directly onto that 4x3 card there. I originally had spring down a little bit lower. I tend to like things to be either at the top or the bottom of things, but the weight of spring and the title next to my son's head helps kind of move your eye and balance out that particular block of stuff there. So you can see the Jane alphabet stamp there, and I'm just going to put all the letters on, and you'll see me try it out on the label, and that's where I could have stamped it on there, but the G and the F weren't going to work because those are taller letters because of the ascenders and the descenders, which is why I end up just stamping directly on there. Pardon my head. So that is it stamped. I am also going to use the stamp set that comes with this month's stamps. It's called the Details stamp. And if you're interested in any of this product, be sure to check out the description block below, and there's an affiliate link there. So this is where I put in the things on the left-hand border. Again, just I wanted to have some of that complementary color that I've used in the page. So you've got that gray label, and I am also going to end up using part of the journal card. There's a yellow, it's not actually, it is the journal card, the yellow journal card. I'm going to take some yellow from the bottom of that and tuck that in, which I end up doing off camera. The other thing that I'm going to do off camera too is I'm going to take some pink and yellow mist, and I'm just going to splatter that quickly on that left-hand side, again, just to fill in a little bit of color. So here's the Details stamp, and I'm going to use the one that says "So Awesome" in the circle on that 4x3 right there card. And then I am also going to use Good Times, which is also from the stamp set, and stamp that into one of those labels that's on that card that's pre-labeled. I love the labels in that card. So the bunny has his bow tie, we have a desnotted die cut, and we have a stamped title there. And now I'm going to use, again, from the puffy stickers, a couple of these butterflies, just to add some color, more color to the page. So that, my friends, pretty much wraps out the layout. I'm going to share some close-ups coming up. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.